He says things.
But I feel like I'm on Mario Jerry Springer.
But we're never in a setting where he can be like, yeah, let me, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't never in
So what you be saying? I did a second relationship. I would never put myself in that situation again, especially now being that I'm a mom. I'm a mom. I was a mother then, but like have a daughter. Like I would never put myself in that position. I don't stand for domestic violence. I'm just not going for that.
So do you feel like with dating Diddy, like, was it a business relationship? Do you feel like it was beneficial for you?
I feel like it was beneficial for both of us. I think that, like, ready for the smoke?
I'm ready for the smoke,
It's
man.
time to get to the smoke.
Let's get to the smoke, man.
Okay. Are you a cheater?
Am I a cheater?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say I'm a cheater. I cheated, though.
Did you cheat on Ari with Taina?
Yeah.
Why?
Technically, yeah. Why?
Yeah.
I was young. I was dumb. I ain't know no better, man. I was just doing shit.
Has Ari Fletcher severed his relationship with Young Miami? It is true, and the consequences are nasty. Fans are shocked by the revelation of shady secrets, baby daddy drama, and betrayal allegations. And the most outrageous aspect? At the heart of it all is Ari's ex-boyfriend and baby daddy, G Herbo. This heat is blazing, so get ready. Since Ari Fletcher and Young Miami look to be the perfect combination during the past year, let us take a moment to go back in time. From attending the trendiest clubs to posting amusing behind-the-scenes photos on social media, they were frequently seen together. There was no denying their chemistry. They appeared to be sisters who were always willing to encourage one another. Therefore, they were more than simply friends. On Young Miami's program, Kersha Please, they had one of their most memorable performances. The pair's closeness and comfort level were demonstrated when they shared a kiss on live air, leaving fans yelling. Not only did that moment go viral, it solidified their place among the most talked about celebrity friendships.
Okay, we gonna kiss.
I might get wet. Ooh, not the softness. Okay, y'all. That's enough for Kersha. Please don't try to take Ari to the bed.
Yes, their public persona provided their supporters a lot of sisterhood and friendship ambitions. Their bond appeared to be indestructible, whether they were having wild nights out, popping bottles, or sharing glitzy pictures of themselves together. They seemed like women who would always support one another. However, there was supposedly a completely other tale going on behind the scenes since their relationship was purportedly falling apart, and it is now hard to ignore those flaws. The story has been totally turned upside down by claims of betrayal, secrets, and baby daddy drama, demonstrating that not everyone was as flawless as they appeared to be. So what triggered the downfall of these twins? It all allegedly boils down to G Herbo. In case you were unaware, Ari Fletcher's ex-boyfriend G Herbo is the father of their baby, Yosun. If you have been following along, you are already aware of the past between Ari and Taina, the mother of G Herbo's two youngest children and his most recent ex. Let us begin with the public allegations. Although the situation has been nothing less than a reality show in and of itself. Ari has criticized Taina on several occasions for allegedly mistreating Yosun while he was under her care. In early 2022, Ari accused Taina of mistreating Yosun, a charge that Taina vehemently rejected. She even declared publicly that she loves Yosun as much as she loves herself. Their already tense relationship became even more tense when G Herbo confessed to cheating on Ari with Taina, adding gasoline to the flames. This is where the story gets complicated, though, since Momo, Young Miami's best friend, is said to have been meeting G Herbo in secret behind Ari's back. Yes, that Momo, the person who was always close to Ari and Young Miami. It gets worse since there are rumors that Young Miami was aware of this covert relationship the entire time, but chose to remain silent. Can you imagine learning that not only is someone in your social circle seeing your ex in secret, but that your best friend knew about it and remained silent? For Ari, however, Young Miami's violation of the loyalty rule was more significant than Momo's treachery. It felt like a double hit to her. Her baby daddy's filth first, followed by her friend's silence. You guys, the drama is crazy, and it is obvious that G Herbo is essentially the primary cause of the entire situation, not just the focal point of the fallout. It was game over for Ari when she learned about Momo and G Herbo, and she was enraged. This is understandable, but Ari chose to be more measured than to blow out with Young Miami in a public altercation. Rumor has it that she did not snap right away. Ari, on the other hand, played chess, not checkers. There are rumors circulating that Ari began to get close to G Herbo and Tina, the main characters in their drama. He made a small power move, which many saw as her method of making a strong, unambiguous statement. Watch how comfortable I can be interacting with your enemies if you do not mind your best friend skulking around with my baby daddy. Naturally, Young Miami was not pleased with this. She allegedly confronted Ari, accusing her of inciting conflict rather than confronting the problem directly. Miami believed that the games were pointless and merely served to exacerbate the problem. Ari, however, saw this as a matter of principle rather than merely playing games. Ari could not ignore Young Miami's silence on Momo's covert friendship with G Herbo. It seemed like the ultimate betrayal to her. After all, loyalty is crucial in friendships, and Ari saw Young Miami's silence to be a deal breaker. What sort of relationship, in Ari's opinion, was it if her supposed best friend could not even warn her about something this significant? The silence was a total betrayal of trust, not just her fault. Ari appeared resolved to demonstrate to Young Miami what it was like to be on the other side of the shade after trust was betrayed. Although Young Miami has not publicly addressed the situation, her actions, well, they speak for themselves, since admirers are already noticing a trend, one that appears to prioritize devotion over self-preservation. Do you need an example? Now let us discuss Young Miami's relationship with Diddy. Young Miami quickly established distance once Diddy's legal issues began to get media attention. During Caresha Please Season 2 debut, she casually declared that their relationship was finished.
You back in your bag.
Back in my
Stay
bag.
in your bag. Stay in
Like,
your bag.
you know you could fall out your bag, but you could get back in it though too.
However, she abruptly announced to the world that she would no longer stand by him in the face of the aftermath. Young Miami's name has also surfaced in the mounting list of accusations against Diddy, so it was not just Diddy who was under fire. Young Miami, whose true name is Caresha Brown Lee, is accused of contributing to the abuse of one of Diddy's victims in a lawsuit brought by Jane Doe. The claims claimed that after Diddy supposedly pregnant the victim, Young Miami called her constantly and urged her to undergo an abortion. Although Young Miami has not addressed these allegations in public, fans are unable to avoid making connections. Given her role, it is unclear how close she was to Diddy's inner circle and what knowledge she may have had of his purported actions. Was she just another pawn in his devious scheme, or was she complicit? In any case, the accusations have caused people to wonder about her motives and behavior throughout her time with Diddy. According to the lawsuit, Young Miami actively encouraged Jane Doe to end her pregnancy and put pressure on her to do so. According to the allegations, Young Miami called the victim several times, which increased the emotional strain she was already under. The connection presents a concerning image of Young Miami's involvement in Diddy's purported behavior. The complaint implies that Young Miami may have unintentionally or intentionally added to the victim's stressors, even though Diddy is charged with manipulating and frightening her for a number of years.
Diddy has a new lawsuit. Young Miami is actually named in the lawsuit. Now, I've been looking for the actual file of the lawsuit. I wasn't able to access it, but I was able to watch someone else who actually read it word for word this morning. I think it was making sense, and I mean, I'm not shocked, but it's pretty disturbing yet again. New Diddy accuser claims she was plied with booze and drugs. She was violated and woke up with bite marks on her heel.
This is not just a case of being caught in the crossfire, as some have noted. Miami deliberately took part in the victim's manipulation, if the accusations are accurate. For someone who is frequently praised for her independence and tough exterior, this is a startling turn of events. A horrific picture of Diddy's claimed 4-year span of conduct, including spiking, touching, and coercing the victim, is also presented in the case. The alleged involvement of others in his circle, such as Young Miami, who may have encouraged his behavior, however, is what makes these allegations even more more horrifying. He talks of being forced into encounters she did not agree to, waking up with bruises and injuries, and being forced to consume strange things. Furthermore, it is stated that Diddy tracked her position in discussions and utilized his power to monitor and manipulate her. Diddy's alleged use of control techniques is further compounded by Young Miami's alleged harassment of the victim, which included urging her to have an abobo. The claims raise issues about how much she knew, whether her involvement was purposeful or under Diddy's direction. Furthermore, Young Miami's name has surfaced in yet another lawsuit. She is linked to Lil Rod's lawsuit, which claims she was in charge of obtaining younger women for Diddy, in addition to being named in Diddy's expanding list of accusations. Even more troubling are the allegations that Young Miami was far more involved in Diddy's purported predatory actions than anybody had thought.
Named Latoya Grayson says she believes that she was at one of Diddy's parties in 2006. Latoya joins us live now. This is her first time speaking out since filing this lawsuit just today. We're also joined by her attorney, Ariel Mitchell. Latoya, I want to start with you. Walk us through what happened. I know that your sibling won a contest to go to a Diddy party. You flew out to New York. What happened from there, Latoya?
Well, pretty much everything that happened is in the lawsuit. So I would encourage any and everyone that would like to know the information to read it.
Yeah, I understand. And we've looked at the lawsuit today. I just wanted to hear from you what happened. I mean, because I can imagine you guys won the tickets to go, which must have been pretty exciting. You were in Oklahoma, right?
Yes, sir.
And so you flew to New York. Was it with your sister?
Yes, sir.
And were you excited? I mean, what were you thinking it was going to be like?
Fun, hanging out, the normal parties, getting to take some pictures with some celebrities.
Yeah, I would imagine getting to go to a Diddy party.
Grayson, in terms of answering a lot of questions, today was already a hard enough day. It did take us some time even, for her to come forward and be able to, talk publicly about what happened to her.
As if things could not get any worse, a new accuser has surfaced. This brings us to Latoya Grayson, who claims to have been during one of Diddy's renowned parties in 2006. This is what Grayson is saying then. It seemed like a dream come true when she and her sister won a radio contest back in 2006. Airfare, lodging, and admission to one of Diddy's famous parties in New York City. However, she claims that the encounter swiftly turned into a nightmare. For Grayson, the party, which was first advertised as a white party, but was subsequently renamed a black party, was everything from glitzy. She claims that she and her sibling were split up at the door when she got there. Grayson got inside, but her brother was not permitted.
So P. Diddy, guys, has been brutally smacked down with multiple new lawsuits that are describing horrific SA, and Diddy and his lawyers have already spoken out as well over the past 20 minutes, and so we have to basically get into everything. Diddy is facing a SA lawsuit, and this time the accuser has included pictures from the party where she was allegedly R-worded. Latoya Grayson, an Oklahoma woman, has filed a lawsuit against Diddy, Bad Boy Records, and a series of other companies over a 2006 incident where she claims she went to a Combs party and was drugged and R-worded.
She remembers servers offering pre-made cocktails inside the venue, and Grayson claims that she only drank 2 before becoming ill. Then she forgets everything. She then recalls waking up at the St. Vincent's Medical Center with most of her money gone, torn clothing, and no undergarments. But now that Grayson has offered photographic proof to back up her allegations, the situation becomes even more dire. Photographs of her party invitation, Delta flight tickets, and even the Roger Smith hotel bill, which was purportedly covered by Atlantic Records, were all provided. This confirms that she was present at the party in New York City at the time, even though it does not exactly prove what happened to her. Grayson adds to the terrifying story by saying that after returning home, she got a threatening call from an unidentified woman. The caller allegedly told her that since Diddy is well known, it would be pointless to pursue legal action against him.
Won the tickets to go, which must have been pretty exciting. You were in Oklahoma, right?
Yes, sir.
And so you flew to New York. Was it with your sister?
Yes, sir.
And were you excited? I mean, what were you thinking it was going to be like?
Fun.
Got to go to a P. Diddy party. So calling a radio station, I've called the radio station to win tickets. Not a great prize like you would think she won back then. And this was, back in 2006 during the height of Diddy's career.
However, the complaint implies that the victim never sought legal action due to the threats she reportedly got from a woman, which makes everything even more confusing. Additionally, both supporters and detractors are accusing Young Miami of being responsible for Grayson's silence. Even Jaguar Wright, who is well known for her candid criticism of the business, has criticized Miami, saying she has a greater influence on Diddy's world than she is admitting. However, there is little reason to doubt these accusations. There are serious concerns over Young Miami's possible involvement in Diddy's alleged crimes, both directly and indirectly, given her close connection to his inner group. Ari Fletcher's desire to disassociate herself is also understandable, considering the volume of accusations made against Diddy and Young Miami's purported involvement in several cases.
Just telling the truth, because it's almost as rough as Nicki Minaj with females out here. I hear lace front all the time. Snatching up and throwing them in her nasty ass twat. Like when I think of the title of her show, I'm like, is that what your bitches be saying? Carisha, please?
Oh, man. Damn. Okay.
Please, Carisha, stop, Carisha, please.
So you're saying that Carisha is...
She's a predator no different than Nicki Minaj. She likes that shit. That turns her on.
It is difficult to overlook the timing, even if G Herbo is mostly blamed for their consequences in the public discourse. Ari's decision to sever relations with Young Miami may have been a planned attempt to stay out of controversies, particularly in light of recent allegations and litigation. The same issues arise when you consider their friendship with Ari. Miami's silence on Momo's covert friendship with G Herbo may have given Ari further evidence of this #1 habit.
They say you gotta put a little bit of your stuff in there, and then after that, he never ever from that time forward, he was like, I don't want to eat no more red sauce from you. Cause he know my people from New Orleans. He like, I don't know, you might be on do some little voodoo to me or something. That voodoo wasn't in that pasta, that voodoo was something else.
I know that's right. It's like, nigga, it's between my legs. I gotta put in the pasta.
Oh, period.
This gonna be a mess.
Young Miami's failure to step in and warn Ari likely seemed like a huge betrayal to someone who valued loyalty above all else. For Ari, this is about self-preservation more than loyalty. However, she is protecting herself from being linked to Miami's mounting list of scandals by terminating the association now.
You met a guy. He's a manager at Target. He a great guy. Can you be with him?
No.
Quick fan question, because the people want to know. Okay. Do you ever think you can rekindle your friendship? They gonna keep asking.
With who? With Tucson?
Tucson.
Absolutely. I wouldn't go to his funeral.
Ari is attempting to dodge the main fire, which appears to be Diddy's legal issues, even if G Herbo may have been the catalyst for their separation. However, Young Miami is coming under more and more scrutiny as the Diddy court issues continue to play out. Whether or not her involvement in these accusations is confirmed, her relationship with Diddy is making it difficult for her to avoid the consequences. At a time when simply being close to this turmoil might harm one's image, Ari's decision to distance herself seems like a wise one. However, in retrospect, it appears that their friendship was always precarious. Loyalty would inevitably be put to the test, given Ari's history of turmoil with G Herbo and Zaina, as well as Young Miami's emphasis on her situationships and self-preservation. People want to know if their friendship was genuine or if it was staged. After all, their kiss and friendship appeared to be picture perfect in public, but when things became difficult, everything fell apart. The public needs answers, but Young Miami has been silent up to this point. Furthermore, the pressure will only increase as more accusers come forward, but this was one crazy journey. Amazing. What are your thoughts on the drama, though? Do you think Mr. G Herbo was the true cause of Ari Fletcher's rift with Young Miami, or was she attempting to distance herself from the more significant issues? What are your thoughts on Young Miami's inclusion alongside Diddy in these several lawsuits? Do you believe she was unfairly pulled into this, or that she had a bigger part to play? Finally, given the controversy surrounding Young Miami, do you believe Ari made the proper decision to sever relations at this time? Please share your opinions in the comments section below. I would like to get your thoughts on this whole complicated affair. For even more juicy celebrity drama, do not forget to watch the next video on the next display before you leave. Press the like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you in the next one.